What's up, guys? Welcome back to really could jumble it up on YouTube because it's big. But today is my official USHL World Predictions. Official USHL playoff bracket breakdown for the first round. We'll do the same thing for the second round, conference finals, and Cup final. But today is going to be my also with the bracket breakdown and USHL World Predictions, my official 2024-2025 USHL playoff bracket predictions. Be doing all that. So plan of attack. Go over my fantasy and then do predictions. Obviously, go over Saturday's NHL games and then my official USHL award predictions for the season, and then my official USHL playoff bracket breakdown and predictions. We'll be doing all that. Let's get into it. First, my Discord of X/Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Twitch, Discord, my website, my basketball channel, my American football channel, my baseball channel, my USHL discussion Facebook group with 5.2 thousand USHL fans, and another group called Saints for Life, where there's thousands of big fans, Saints fans, all that. A paragraph and a half who I am, what I do with podcast, another paragraph how to contact me if you have any comments, questions, concerns about this podcast. All that much more is in the description of this podcast episode. Check it out if I haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you like this podcast. Following Spotify, same thing. Like this episode if you like this episode in particular and stuff like it. Liking and Spotify, same thing. And turn post notifications to this YouTube channel if you want to know every time I go live and or upload a video on this channel. So, yeah. That being said, let's get into fantasy predictions and then Saturday's NHL games, and then it's out for there. I put 2 H's in NHL. Hold up. Alright, we're good. We are good. So in the championship matchup, the winner gets first place in my fantasy league. You're a champion. Loser gets second place. Leathers winning 254.0 versus Summer Slayers 239.6. Summer Slayers top performance: Gail McCartney, Keith Kucherov, Elias Lindholm. Leathers top performance: Sean Monahan, Rasmus Dahlin, Josiah Jarvis. I'm in this next matchup. Winner gets third seed. Loser gets fourth seed. I'm losing to the Baldy 265.2 to 214.8. My top performance: Elias Sorokin, Jake Sanderson, Jay Gunsel. The Baldy top performers: Darcy Kemper, Matt Baldy, and Phil Forsberg. Next matchup, winner gets 5th seed, loser gets 6th seed. Toronto Maple Leafs are beating Glizzy 197.0 to 148.8. Toronto Maple Leafs top performers: Mackenzie Weegar, Robert Thomas, Artemi Panarin. Glizzy top performers: Alex Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby, Marchenko. And then the next matchup, winner gets 7th seed, loser gets 8th seed. Daniel's Darren team is beating C Smart team 183.6 to 161.4. C Smart team top performers versus Anderson, JJ Paterka, Joel Eriksson, Daniel's Darren team top performers Nick Suzuki, Thomas Chabot, Adrian Kempe. Last matchup here, winner gets the 9th seed, second to last, and the loser gets 10th seed, last in my fantasy. Just Scary team is winning versus Taco 170.1 to 122.0. Taco's top performers: Zach Werenski, Jordan Kyrou, Romanov. Just Scary team top performers: David Pastrnak, David McCann, Tage Thompson. So with fantasy going over, let's go to Facebook here for my predictions. So Sunday's NHL game predictions: at Ottawa defeating Philadelphia Flyers, Devils defeating the Islanders, Penguins defeating the Bruins, Hurricanes defeating the Leafs, Lightning defeating the Sabres, Capitals defeating the Blue Jackets, Jets beating the Oilers, Flames defeating the Sharks, Avalanche defeating the Ducks. Avalanche's final game. So, yeah. Let's get into yesterday's or Saturday's NHL games. Flyers defeated the Islanders 43 in a shootout, shot to 40-22 in favor of Philadelphia. In favor of New York, my bad. 37 saves, 40 shots against for Samuel Ersson. Blue Jackets blow out the Capitals 7-0 at home. It was the Capital third string, and they sat OV, but still pretty bad for the rest of the team. Hurricanes smacked the Rangers 7-3 on home ice. Tanks take down the Avalanche 5-4 at home. Panthers take care of business 3-2 in a shootout over the Sabres. Loyal to comfort, but get to 2 points. Leafs heavily outplay the Canadians. Jacob Yabay carries the Canadiens to overtime single-handedly, but fails to get the 2 points. 34 saves, 35 shots against Jacob Bay, unable to get the extra point for the Canadiens in overtime. There's a 35-15 in favor of Toronto by the end of the game. Jets clinch the Central Division and the Western Conference title with a 5-4 shootout W over the Hawks. Comeback victory. That was Pat Maroon's last game, I believe. He had a great career. And then Hockey Club upsets the Stars 5-3 on the road. Wild take down the Canucks 3-2 in overtime. There's a 33-14 in favor of Minnesota. Knights take down the Predators 5-3. And then the Kraken upset the Blues 4-3 in a shootout on home ice. So, my official USHL award predictions that are giving out are the forward of the year, defenseman of the year, goalie of the year, coach of the year, GM of the year, and then obviously Clark Cup championship, Anderson Cup champions, and playoff MVP. We'll get the playoff MVP and Clark Cup MVP when we finish my playoff predictions. But the Anderson Cup's already went to Lincoln. So my forward of the year predictions. Ellis missed 10 games. He has more points per game, but I would give it to Will Zealous. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't. Yeah, I'd probably give it to Will Zealous. He also has by far the most goals. But they're either going to give it to Will Zealous or they'll give it to the guy with the most points. It will be Gio Camartino. But I'm actually going to predict Will Zealous to get it. He has 44 goals. That's one of the most in USHL history. He has only 3 less points than Gio Camartino, which is leading point scorer in the USHL, with 10 less games. Will Zellers, my prediction for forward of the year. Will Zellers, he deserves it. Give the man give it to him. Defenseman of the year. The team he plays for is the Waterloo Blackhawks. Dylan Compton is my defenseman of the year. He has the most points. I mean, truly, that's what they base it off, is who gets the most points realistically. So, that's kind of that. Goaltender of the year. He goes Jan Shostak. He has 4 less wins than Melvin Shaw and 5 less games. He has a better goals against average and a better save percentage, 1 less shutout. Overall, I'll give, and his team is technically better in the standings, Anderson Cup champions. So give me the goaltender of the year, Jan Shostak of the Lincoln Stars. So coach of the year. Coach of the year is going to go to Rocky Rousseau of the Lincoln Stars. That is it's the best team in the league, literally. Anderson Cup champions, coach of the year. Is gonna go to Rocky Rousseau of the Lincoln Stars. So, yeah. General Manager of the Year, Nick Fabrizio of the Lincoln Stars. Best team in the USHL Anderson Cup champions. Probably give him GM of the Year. So, yeah. Anderson Cup champions, Lincoln Stars. Forward of the Year, Will Zellers. Defenseman of the Year, Dylan Compton. Goaltender of the Year, Jan Shostak. Coach of the Year, Rocky Rousseau. And GM of the Year, Lincoln Stars had GM. I always forgot his name. But, yeah. Clark Cup champions and Clark Cup MVP, playoff MVP, I will still give out after I do the playoff prediction. So let me try plugging my mic so hopefully it actually works this time. That'd be nice. Okay, yes, mic's back on. So, let's go over here to the official USHL 2024-2025 Clark Cup playoff bracket. Here it is. Let's break down every series here in the first round. Let's Eastern Conference, Muskegon Lumberjacks taking on the number 5 seeded in the Eastern Conference, Cedar Rapids Rough Riders. These two teams are separated by 20 points in the standings, okay? Muskegon is going to have home ice throughout this entire series. Muskegon is 21-8 at home. Cedar Rapids is pretty bad on the road. Keep that in mind when making this. Cedar Rapids' top scorer right now is Mia Gibi. Don't really have that much star power. Muskegon's top scorers are Davey Deputy, Tiny, and Lawrence. They have great top end scorers. Cedar Rapids starting goaltender is AJ Rylett. He has about a below 900 save percentage. Muskegon's starting goaltender Shigagatsiev, he's about a 909 save percentage. So goaltending definitely goes in favor of Muskegon. Star power goes in favor of Muskegon. Depth goes in favor of Muskegon. Home and a road record, comparing it to each other, Muskegon. A lot of things goes in favor of Muskegon. Cedar Rapids is a very physical team, very scrappy team, but so is Muskegon. Cedar Rapids is much, much more disciplined than Muskegon, so in a 3-game series, because the first round is a 3-game series, it's going to play a big factor. But Cedar Rapids doesn't have they do have a good power play, but they don't have the best power play. Muskegon does have a pretty good penalty kill in general. So I think that it'll hold them off, and I think that Muskegon will get the job done in probably 2 games. It'll probably sweep them, just because Cedar Rapids is not very good on the road, and everything basically goes in favor of Muskegon, in my opinion. But if we're taking that out of, so I would say Muskegon wins in a sweep. But every single game that these two teams will play will be close, in my opinion. I think they'll be very close with Muskegon and Ezra in both the games. In Muskegon, but yeah, very scrappy teams. Will be very, very physical series. We're just gonna see who wants it more at the end of the day. I think they're both gonna want it pretty equally. I just think Muskegon's star power and skill is gonna take over from there. And then Battle of Wisconsin, Madison hosting Green Bay. Madison will host the series. Madison's number 3 in the East. Green Bay's number 6. They're separated by over 20 points right now in the standings. Madison, one of the most high-scoring teams in the USHL. Very high-flying, very, very fast. They can be physical at times as well. Caleb Heil's been great over the past couple of weeks as well. This team's power play is really, really good. Penalty kills are good. Defense has been great too. Madison's very high flying, but Green Bay has, in my opinion, the forward of the year. Will Zeller's 44 goal scorer in 52 games. Aiden Park is phenomenal as well. Both are in the first line of my All-Star teams, which is a video I just posted right before this. They're really, really good. 2 very, very fast teams, very, very high-scoring offenses. I think Madison has a better defense and more consistent goaltending, at least the past couple of weeks. Moffitt's pretty inconsistent. He can be really good or he can be really bad. This is a series where I could see a big upset happening. I could see Will Zellers, Aiden Park making some noise. Lucas Peterson and Green Bay's number 1 defender, and Moffitt playing on his A game could really steal a game or two in Madison. I know Green Bay is not very good on the road, about below 500 on the road. Madison's the best, one of at least, if not probably the best home team in the USHL this season. Top end talent, Green Bay probably has a little bit more star power just because they have Will Zellers, Aiden Park, but trust me, Bobby Cowan, Riker Lee, other guys, no slouches. Aiden Long, no slouches. I think overall Madison gets the job done in 3 games. I think it'll go to game 3 in Madison. I think Madison, how good they are at home, it's going to get them through to the second round to move on to play Dubuque, in my opinion. But this season will be very, very fast, very, very high paced. Which team's gonna be able to keep the puck out of them? And more of it's just 2 very high flying teams. Next one, Sioux City and Fargo. This one actually starts on Tuesday compared to the other 3 ones. They're going to start on Monday. This one, Fargo, one of the best defensive teams in the league. When they're on, Alan Landek's a great goaltending. They have obviously a lot of experience from last year making the cup, winning the cup. They've offense been better the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks heading in the season, so the last 4 games. But before that, they had one of the worst offenses in the league. Sioux City's more well-rounded, good defense, good offense, pretty good goaltending. The Drew Martino landing gun, so you can turn the game upside down. To literally the 2 top point scorers in the league right now. I think the star power and offense of Sioux City is going to be able to take over and give me the Sioux City Musketeers to win this series in 3 games. I think star power, Landon Gunnison, and Drew Martino in that game 3 situation, which I believe will go to, is going to be able to take over, and I think they're going to score huge goals down the stretch. Give me Sioux City, get the job done. in 3 games. Last first round series here, we got Waterloo and Tri-City. Waterloo's pretty fast pace, pretty good. Overall, Tri-City, I could also see pull off a big upset here. Tri-City, Timmy Nizmaev, Nolan Road, great forwards. Michael Pradell and net and like 14 to 15 games he's played. He's been great for Tri-City. I think if they get their A game overall, they could pull off an upset. But Waterloo is really good at home. Tri-City is not the greatest on the road. Actually, yeah, they are. I'm pretty sure they're a better road team than they are at home. Pretty sure. This could be an upset, but I'm going to take Waterloo in 3 games. I think they're going to really want vengeance from what happened last year. Give me Waterloo in 3 games. So overall, no big upsets here, but the first round set up to be a couple of classic series in here. Second round predictions, in my opinion. So that was a breakdown of the series and my predictions. So here just going to be my predictions. Second round series would be Youngstown hosting Muskegon, Dubuque hosting Madison, Lincoln hosting Sioux City, and Sioux Falls hosting Waterloo. We're going to start with Youngstown hosting Muskegon. Youngstown, I think, two pretty undisciplined teams, honestly. I could see it's going to 5 games. I think it will go to 5 games, but I'm going to take the team that is going to have home ice advantage. And Youngstown's also one of, if not the best home teams in USHL. In their own right, give me Youngstown to get the job done in 5 games. I think Youngstown's really good. They are quite undisciplined, but overall, I think Youngstown get the job done at home because they have home ice advantage. That's how huge getting the number 1 seed was for Youngstown. Next series, number 2 seeded Dubuque taking on number 3 Madison. Madison's one of, if not the best home teams in USHL. Not as great on the road, below 500 on the road. Dubuque has been one of the best home teams in the league over the past 10 to 15 home games. They've been phenomenal at home in that stretch. But they can also play really good on the road. They have a lot of experience. Both goaltenders have experience making it deep in the playoffs. This whole team made it to Cup last year. A few of them made it to the championships in their own league. A lot of experience, a lot of veteran leadership. And I think in Game 5, I think this year to go to Game 5, I think the veteran leadership and experience and resiliency Dubuque's shown all year is going to be able to get the job done. I think Dubuque would beat Madison in a 5-game series. This would probably be the best series of the playoffs with how fast-paced these two teams are. I think Dubuque play Youngstown in the conference finals. In the West, Lincoln taking on Sioux City. I think Lincoln's well-rounded. They have a better offense, better defense, better goaltending. These would be really close games overall, just because when they have played, they've all the games they played been really close. I think Lincoln will get the job done in 4 games. We move on to the Western Conference Finals. Sioux Falls versus Waterloo. I have Sioux Falls winning in 5 games. I think Waterloo not having a number 1 superstar on their team is going to come back and bite them here. I think Sioux Falls does have that. Ethan Wintbach, when he stays healthy, Noah Ness. Those guys, they have star power. There's somebody they can put out there and they can score whenever they want to. Aiden Wright, plus experience. I think Waterloo not having that number 1 true guy is going to kind of come back and bite him here. Waterloo could pull off an upset here, but give me Sioux Falls in 5 games to the Western Conference Finals. Eastern Conference Finals, number 1 Youngstown, number 2 Dubuque. I think Dubuque takes them down in 4 games. Reason being, Dubuque this year was a Youngstown 3-0-0-1 versus Youngstown this year. They've been able to control the games they play against Youngstown. They've liked playing against Youngstown this season. Youngstown does not like playing against Dubuque, and Youngstown's very undisciplined. I think it's also going to come back to bite them here. I think they're going to take a lot of undisciplined penalties. Give Dubuque power plays, even if they don't score on the power plays, they're going to give them momentum that they're going to take away from that. And I think Dubuque overall is going to be a team well suited to play against Youngstown. Give me Dubuque, the veteran leadership of Dubuque, to give them to the Clark Cup final yet again. To play the winner of number 1 Lincoln versus number 2 Sioux Falls. I am going to take number 1 Lincoln in 5 games. I think Jan Shostak, how phenomenal he's played in the playoffs last year, really proved to me how good he can be in the playoffs and the rest of his team. So stacked, so good, both on home and on the road. I think give me Lincoln in 5 games and move on to play Dubuque in the Clark Cup final. Clark Cup matchup, in my opinion. Number 2 of the East, Dubuque Flames Saints, taking on the number 1 of the Lincoln Stars. Out of the West, in the Clark Cup champions. My prediction for the 2025 Clark Cup champions are going to be in 5 games. Give me the upset alert. Give me the Dubuque Fighting Saints to win the Clark Cup. Hear me out. I think the goaltending is pretty evenly matched here. Overall, the defense is pretty good. They split the series this year. The super good teams. I think the veteran leadership of Dubuque and resilience they've shown this year. The resilience they've shown this year and the veteran leadership of Dubuque. Lincoln doesn't have that much deep playoff experience. Dubuque does. I think the Dubuque veteran leadership, Dubuque's experience, their how deep they are up and down the lineup. They can roll 4 lines, 3 pairings, whatever. They're so deep. They're so experienced. They're so well seasoned for this big time moments, and I think it's gonna pay off. Dubuque, if they make the Clark Cup final, which I believe they will, I don't think they're gonna allow themselves to lose again either. That's another reason why I think they're gonna win. And I think overall, I think the Saints are just well built for it. I think the Saints are going to win the Clark Cup this year in 5 games. Clark Cup champions. To finish off my award prediction as well, Clark Cup champions. Big Fighting Saints, playoff MVP, Gavin Cornforth. So my award predictions here. The recap: forward of the year, Will Zealous. Defenseman of the year, Dylan Compton from Waterloo. Goalie of the year, Jan Shostak from Lincoln. Goalie of the coach of the year, Rocky Brousseau from Lincoln, and GM of the year from as Lincoln GM. And then Western Conference champion, Lincoln Stars. Eastern Conference champion, the Big Fine Saints. Clark Cup champion, the Big Fine Saints. Anderson Cup already went to Lincoln, and the playoff MVP, Gavin Cornforth. Yeah, that's going to do it for the episode. Hope you enjoyed my award predictions, bracket breakdown, predictions. Be following every single game of the USHL playoffs, and the same thing with the NHL playoffs when they start. Do the same thing here, my award predictions, playoff breakdown, all that stuff for the NHL when they come. But yeah, it's going to be very, very fun to watch these playoffs. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know, and commenting in any of my posts, any of my social media. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed the podcast, and I hope we all enjoy the USHL Clark Cup playoff over here. It's that time of year again. They start tomorrow, Monday, April 14th. 3 of the first round series start tomorrow. 1 of them start on Tuesday. The 3 series that start tomorrow are going to be played Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday if it goes to Game 3. And then the Sioux City series will start on Tuesday, play Wednesday, and then Thursday if it goes to Game 3. Because it's 3-game series. And then the second round, conference finals and Clark Cup final, all 5-game series. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed today's podcast. So, again, morning, evening, night, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. Guys, if you haven't already, like this episode if you haven't already, following in, liking, and Spotify, same thing. Turn notification channel if you haven't already. Hope you enjoyed the episode here. Hope you enjoyed today's season 10 of episode 22. I'll see you guys tomorrow for season 10 of episode 23. Peace.